What's going on, guys? Welcome in the Vikings Now by Chat Sports. Breaking news here. Kirk Cousins is signing a 4-year, $180 million deal with the Atlanta Falcons with $100 million of guaranteed money and a $50 million signing bonus. Chat's already flooded with a bunch of real ones. I decided to go live, hop on here, break down the latest news around your football team with you guys. Is also Andrew Van Ginkel is signing a 2-year, $20 million deal with the Minnesota Vikings with $14 million guaranteed. And Kirk Cousins has made over $230 million in career earnings from his time in Washington and in Minnesota. And now on top of that, he is going to be signing a $180 million deal. What's up to everybody in the chat? Big Tex, Jeremy the Gamer, Vikings fan, Get the Bag, Matthew Weaver, Brandon Sipe, Justin Jones, all in the chat as Jeremy the Gamer is asking a great question. Is Justin Jefferson going to leave? We did get that report early on this offseason where Justin Jefferson came out and said, him and his camp, that they will not be signing an extension with Minnesota unless they know the plan at quarterback. Well, that plan is clearly not around Kirk Cousins. We've already heard reports that the Vikings could be targeting Sam Darnold and Zach Wilson, according to Diana Rossini. But we are here. As Adam Schmitz in the chat saying he's Atlanta's problem now. Yeah, I have mixed emotions on this deal. I do think it's good that there is a new era starting in Minnesota, no doubt. We are going to turn a page, and we are getting younger. We are getting more athletic. We already have seen that with the Jonathan Greenard signing, that we went and paid him the money instead of bringing back, obviously, Danielle Hunter. But I am going to try to take an optimistic view here on this move. And, you know, obviously it may not be great next season. It may not be great the year after that. But I do really believe that the Vikings made the right choice here. If this was the contract that they needed to match a 4-year, $180 million deal, I said on the channel multiple times, the highest I am going for Kirk is a 2-year, $80 million deal. Atlanta gave him 4 years, and he's going to be turning 36 coming off a torn Achilles. But let's get you guys active down in the chat. Give me your one-word reaction to Kirk Cousins signing with the Falcons. X is vibing in the chat saying we can't afford it. 100 mil, wild, especially off an Achilles tear. 100%, and that's where I'm kind of at with you. Is, listen, I love Kirk Cousins. He is a top 12 quarterback in the league, no doubt. He can, you can win a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins. He can't be the reason, I believe, you win a Super Bowl, but he is definitely a good enough quarterback, and I think he makes the Falcons, no doubt, the best team in that division. They got a plethora of weapons with Bijan, Kyle Pitts, Drake London. It just gets to the question, what's next for the Vikings? Like, who is going to be the quarterback next season? I think we do need to address Justin Fields here. Justin Fields, he was obviously linked to the Pittsburgh Steelers and Atlanta Falcons. Those two teams showed interest. Both those teams now have starting quarterbacks for next season. Now with the Vikings, with an opening at that quarterback 1 spot, could it be Justin Fields heading to Minnesota? Would Chicago be willing to trade him in the division? We'll obviously have to wait and find out. But give me your one-word reaction as Jim Crawford is saying it's time to go young. Yes, no doubt about it. The Vikings are, making that crystal clear that they are going young here in this next year. So Vikings fans saying no, Kirk, no. Garrett Russborough in the chat saying Skull, what's up, Garrett? How you doing? Brandon Sipe saying we go get J.J. McCarthy or Jaden Daniels. I'd rather have J.J. with J.J. He's a proven winner. Daniels more athletic, but arm talent and accuracy goes to J.J. I would be thrilled if the Vikings got either of those guys, McCarthy or Daniels. But, with the reports coming out of the scouting combine, you're going to need to go trade up for one of those two guys. You're going to need to go, obviously put a bunch of your future draft capital and the 11th overall pick and go probably get into the top 5 or top 8 if you want McCarthy or Daniels. Definitely the top 5 if you want Daniels, but a new era is starting here in Minnesota. As Justin King saying, yay, Skull, bye-bye, Kirk. Kirk Cousins no longer the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. And I'll get to this question for you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Who will be QB1 in Minnesota next season? If you guys had to predict it right now, let me know. If I had to choose QB1 in Minnesota next year, put me on the spot. I'm going Sam Darnold. And that just hurt me to say that. That just absolutely hurt me to say that. Isaiah's going Fields. Don in the chat going Joe Flacco. Justin Jones says Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is now a Pittsburgh Steeler. As we are getting more breaking news around the NFL, as the Packers are releasing Aaron Jones. The Packers are releasing Aaron Jones after they did bring in Josh Jacobs. Kirk sucked anyways, coming from Sypha. Kirk was all right. He was a good quarterback. Adam Schmidt saying Ziggy Wilf as the next quarterback. Yeah, maybe Ziggy just comes down from the booth and he comes and takes snaps under center for the Vikings. But, man, what a day here for the Minnesota Vikings. You sign Jonathan Grenard. You sign Andrew Van Ginkel. You get a lot better at that edge spot. Still the most important position in all of sports is the quarterback, and the Vikings still have a huge question around that. X is vibing, saying, do you think we could bring back Hunter? I do not. I think when they signed Jonathan Grenard, that pretty much put the nail in the coffin for Danielle Hunter coming back. Garrett Russborough saying, Patrick, would you trade JJ for draft picks or extend him? I would extend him. I don't know if Jefferson's going to be willing to get extended by the Minnesota Vikings now that he doesn't know who his quarterback's going to be for the next 4 seasons. But I do fully believe, guys, this means the Vikings are going to be aggressive in the quarterback market, whether that's the draft or the trade market. I think the Vikings are going to maybe sign a guy like Tyrod Taylor, Gardner Minshew, Sam Darnold to be like a bridge quarterback for a year or even maybe 2, and then you go trade up in the draft and you have to go get one of your guys. If the Vikings want to draft a quarterback this season, you are going to need to trade up unless you're cool with taking a guy like Michael Penix or Bo Nix at 11. But the top 4 guys, in my opinion, Williams, May, Daniels, and McCarthy, I can almost guarantee you they will all go in the top 10, if not even higher than that. I can see all 4 of them going in the top 8, frankly. So the Vikings are no doubt going to need to trade up. As Jeremy the Gamer is saying, Kirk was my inspiration for the Vikings. Hey, man, Kirk was a hell of a quarterback. Kirk was a hell of a quarterback for this football team. 1 playoff win, in the last 5 seasons. And, it's crazy. We're going to have another quarterback next year as Gardner is the choice as the bridge. I wouldn't mind Gardner Minshew at all. I think Gardner Minshew would be a great choice for Minnesota. Justin Jones saying Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is going to the Squealers. Shout out to Don in the chat as well. Also, I do want to ask you guys, if you guys could drop a like on today's live show. We're at 15 likes right now. If we could get to 30 likes, I'm trying to get this stream out to more and more Vikings fans. So if you guys want to help me out, just drop a like on today's video. We got 100 people with us right now. Should be at 30 likes. I'd really appreciate it if you guys help me out. Drop a like, and we can start diving into this even a little more as Bulls Nation is saying Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler would be an interesting choice in the 3rd round. I wouldn't hate that at all. Shout out to you guys. We just hit 30 likes. I really do appreciate it. Shake your hand right there. Thank you. Logan V saying, guys saying Wilson and Baker, they all got signed. Yeah, Russell Wilson and Baker Mayfield all both got signed. So those are not options for the Vikings. And then Winding Pie is saying, do you think JJ will request a trade? People are saying that on Twitter. I do not think JJ is going to request a trade. But again, it wouldn't shock me. Like if Justin Jefferson, if we get a report in a couple weeks and the Vikings have still made no moves at the quarterback spot and we're rolling into the NFL draft with Nick Mullins and Jaron Hall and we still have that 11th overall pick and we haven't traded up, I could see Jefferson looking around being like, what is the point of me being here? I could see him wanting to go somewhere else. So definitely I could see a trade request. Do I think it's going to happen? No. But I'll tell you what, it would not shock me if that did happen. Zach Wilson would be a disaster. I agree. I'm out on Zach Wilson. I don't even think as obviously he wouldn't be like a great bridge guy either. Doesn't really come off as too strong of a leader. So yeah, I'd be out on Wilson. If JJ requests a trade, Vikings better get 3 first-round picks. Yeah, that's the only way I'm giving up Jefferson. But again, a team's probably not going to give up 3 first-rounders for a receiver who they are going to have to pay as well. But hey, if you guys want the Vikings to draft a quarterback, drop a like on today's show. I'll tell you what, if I was watching today's show, I'd definitely drop a like on it. But yeah, like today's show if you guys want the Vikings to draft a quarterback, because we're going to hang out here and break down the rest of free agency with you guys. I do have some super chat options for today. So So if you guys joined us for our live shows during the year, we brought out the Skull, and we actually brought this out on Kirk Cousins' last game with the Minnesota Vikings against the Green Bay Packers. So I thought it'd be fitting if we bring it out today. Every $10 super chat that comes in, we're going to sign your name on here, and then whoever is the super chat MVP, whoever sends in the most super chats today, you guys will go home with this. Is Don saying, come on, give Patrick a like. He does a heck of a job. Appreciate you, Don, in the chat, holding it down. Oscar saying JJ or better or fire the GM. Matthew saying break it, bad voodoo or bad juju. It might be bad juju. It might be bad juju, but you know, whoever's the super chat MVP today, you will be going home with this. If you guys want to support the show, we can have a couple of drinks, have some fun here, throw it back to our watch parties during the season that were obviously a ton of fun as well. But that's the news of the day. Kirk Cousins is signing a 4-year, $180 million deal as Harvey Buxton. Harvey, how you doing, my friend? How you doing? Deal of the day, $10 super chat. We sign your name, and the winner does get this, or the super chat MVP does get that sent to their doorstep. Harvey, welcome in. Welcome in. Harvey, how you guys feeling? Justin saying, hope that JJ is not leaving. We need to sign him big. As we do have some breaking news here. We do have breaking news here on the channel. The Vikings are making more moves on the defensive side of the football as they are signing Blake Casham to a 3-year, $25.5 million deal. Vikings, big moves on defense today. Van Ginkel, Grenard, and Casham. Yeah, I'll send something in production here. Former Golden Gopher. A little homecoming here for the Minnesota Vikings. Casham heading to Minnesota. Wow. Here we go. More moves. Vikings really trying to up that defensive side of the football here with Grenard, Van Ginkel, and now Blake Casham. 3 for 25, the linebacker. Former Golden Gopher. Here we go. We see your guys' super chats. We'll get to that in a second. I am self-producing today's show, so just give me a second here. But Blake Casham, big news, heading to the Minnesota Vikings on a 3-year, 25, I think it was 25 and a half. Yes, $25.5 million deal. Wow. Vikings making some splash moves on defense. Clearly something is changing here in Minnesota. Look at that. Shout out to X's Vibin saying, I'm going to have to take a loan out for this next season. X's Vibin, we appreciate it, man. You were always showing love down in the chat during the season. I didn't bring a marker in here. That's kind of on me. But I'll add all of your guys' names, and then we'll send it to whoever the Super Chat MVP is when we are at the end of today's show. But shout out to X's Vibin. We do appreciate it. Says, I'm going to have to take a loan out for this next season. Yeah. Oh, man. It is, yeah. No, it is something for the Vikings, man. Definitely getting younger and faster on defense as Garrett Rustborough. Get the Skull Garrett's down in the chat. Get the Skull Garrett's down in the chat. Coming in with a $10 super chat as he says, trade KJ for draft picks. KJ is a free agent. Won't be able to trade him, but I like the thought of it, Garrett. I wonder what you would really get for KJ Osborn. Maybe like a 4th or something if he could be on the market. Oh, yeah. Wow. Blake Casham. We'll get the contract details up here in a second, but he is signing with the Minnesota Vikings right there. 3-year, $25 million deal. Vikings making moves here. We'll get off the Kirk Cousins news for a second. Grade the signing. A, B, C, D, or F down in the comments section. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I'm a fan of Casham. He was great for that Texans defense. So the Vikings bringing 2 Texans this offseason. Kirk is still heading to Atlanta. Too bad Pollard is gone. Yeah, we do definitely need a running back still. I'm cool with running out Ty Chandler as maybe I think Ty Chandler can be a true running back 1. I just don't know how productive. With all those carries, it will be, obviously tough for him. It's a different type of game when you are the true running back one in a system instead of being kind of more of a change of pace back. But let me know. Grade the signing of Blake Casham, A, B, C, or Def, as Vikings fan number 1 in the chat. How you doing? Scoldger Soup saying J.J. McCarthy, come on down. Man, give me J.J. McCarthy on this football team. Might have to trade up to get him. Just checked his stats and his Insta. He had a great season and very underrated. Love the signing for only $8 million. I do too. I think that's a great deal. I think that's a great deal for Minnesota. 3 years, $25.5 million. How about the Texans running back? Isaiah saying, is Grenard good? Yes, he is very good. He had 12.5 sacks last season. He's only 26 years old, young and up-and-coming edge rusher. Who is the best RB still out there? It's Derrick Henry. But Derrick Henry is going to be expensive. Today we've had a ton of running backs sign, like Saquon Barkley. How about that? Saquon heading to the Philadelphia Eagles. That was kind of a shocker there. 3-year, $37.75 million deal with $26 million guaranteed. We saw Tony Pollard and DeAndre Swift sign 3 years, $24 million deals. So Henry will be expensive. Also, Don saying Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones could be an interesting choice. He is 29. As more breaking news here, free agent guard Robert Hunt, the best one on the market, is signing with the Carolina Panthers. He is signing with the Carolina Panthers. Logan saying Giants never offered Saquon, just got the news. Wow. Wow. Jaden saying trade up for JD5 or Drake May. I love both of those guys, man. I love both of them. It's Lightskin Media, or Lightsmith Media, not Lightskin, saying, give me Aaron Jones. I wouldn't mind Aaron Jones. Got to be on a good deal, though. It's got to be more team-friendly. I'm just never in the camp that you should pay running backs too much. But, yeah, and Aaron Jones would be sweet. Dual threat back. But, man, Blake Casham coming to Minnesota, as well as Andrew Van Ginkel, as Kirk Cousins heading to Atlanta. Vikings being active today, man. Staying active. Did Singletary get signed? I don't believe so. Get the bag saying, can we get Sneed? Still get Sneed? We can, but you're obviously going to have to trade for him. You have to trade for L'Jarius Sneed, and I've kind of been in the camp that I would expect the Chiefs' asking price to be pretty high on Sneed. So I'd probably be out on that. I'd rather the Vikings just develop their own, maybe get a guy in the draft. This is a very kind of sneaky good cornerback draft, in my opinion. I think there's some guys the Vikings could get with their second-round pick that would definitely help the defense a ton. Vikings fan number 1, you are. Don't worry about that. Yeah, but that's the deal of the day. $10 Super Chats. We are signing your name on our skull here. And, I'll throw this deal out there. I'll throw this out there. If we get a $50 Super Chat, I'll shotgun a beer. I'll shotgun a beer here on the channel for Kirk Cousins. If you guys want to support the show, can't believe this day is here. I'm still kind of at a loss for words right now. If you guys can't tell, that the Kirk Cousins won't be QB1 for Minnesota. As X is vibing, saying, I have a pipeline dream. Is Brandon Sipes saying, do you ever host Vikings game at the suites they got the stadium? No, we actually host Vikings games right here in the studio. If you guys haven't tuned in for our watch parties, they're a ton of fun. So make sure you guys do stay tuned. But X is vibing saying, I have a pipeline dream for Derrick Henry. I do too. It's just going to be a lot of money, and I don't know if the Vikings are willing to spend that, man. I mean, you already paid Grenard. You already paid Van Ginkel. Now you pay Blake Casham. Like, I do really think that the Vikings are trying to get younger, obviously more athletic, and I think they're going to, try to stack up on defense right now and then go the rookie quarterback route. That is really what I believe. I do believe the Vikings will be trading up for a quarterback, and Vikings fan number 1 saying, can you do a live for the draft? 100%. We will be live here for the NFL draft on the channel because the Vikings will for sure be for sure making a move, I believe, for a quarterback. Hey, Brandon Sipe, that'd be sweet, man. I gotta talk it over with the bosses, but I appreciate it. Coming in from Harvey Buxton. I need everybody in the chat right now to give me a Skull Harvey throw it back to the season, show him some love, sending in a $10 super chat. Shout out to Harvey Buxton. Type the Skull Harveys down below as Roger Bong. We're live, Raj. We're live, baby. Shout out to Roger Bong. Shout out to Don saying Skull Harvey. Roger saying Skull Harvey as well. Let's get the energy up. My bad. I came in here a little down in the dumps that Kirk Cousins obviously just left the Vikings. I was a little disappointed about that, but let's move on. We're getting younger. We're getting more athletic on defense. Man, can't believe it, man. Can't believe it. But Andrew Van Ginkel signing with the Vikings and Blake Casham. Wow. Wow. Harvey saying, what do you think the next QB move is for the Vikings? I think we should trade up in the draft. I am 100% in agreement with you. I do think the Vikings should move up in the draft, and I think they will move up in the draft. I don't think there is a situation where the Vikings, looking at the free agent quarterbacks out there right now, you got the Sam Darnolds, you got the Gardner Minshew's, you got a lot of these guys that could be good bridge options. I don't think the Vikings are going to sign one of those guys and not draft a quarterback. And let's just say free agency clears, and it's only Nick Mullins and Jaren Hall on the roster. The Vikings will be drafting a quarterback. There should be a rookie in here, drafted in the first round, probably trading up for him. Man. Roger saying Kirk only cares about money. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I was wrong. I was completely wrong about Kirk Cousins. I thought Kirk was going to be in the camp where he says, I care a little bit more about winning. I want to come back to Minnesota maybe on a cheaper deal. I'll accept the 2-year, $70 million contract. He said no. And I'm very curious if a report will come out if the Vikings, what their final offer was to him. We'll just have to wait and see, man. We'll just have to wait and see. But Kirk Cousins is no longer with the Minnesota Vikings. Still the biggest news of today, man. Still the biggest news of the day. Can't believe it. Can't believe it still, man. Kirk Cousins, a 4-year, $180 million deal. 4 for $180. And listen, guys, I got no beef with Kirk Cousins. Like, it's not like I'm, super upset with him about this. Like, the dude just clearly in his, he values what he values. And clearly he values incredible financial stability. And that's what he wanted for his family. He gets to go to Atlanta. His wife and his family are from there. So, I see why it was definitely an enticing option for Kirk. Similar offenses that he was running with Kevin O'Connell that he's going to be running with Zach Robinson. You got Bijan, you got Drake London, you got Kyle Pitts. You got options. I think this is a great free agency in the league so far. 100% Harvey. This has been freaking awesome. But what we do have now, 120 people in here. I do want to ask you guys, who will be quarterback 1 for Minnesota next season? Let's go. Get your thoughts in the chat. Predict it right now. Quarterback 1 for the Minnesota Vikings. Who will it be? Is Caleb saying another linebacker just signed? Yes, it was Blake Casham heading to the Minnesota Vikings. Blake Casham signed a 3-year, $25.5 million deal. Really shores up that Vikings depth chart at the linebacker position of now Ivan Pace and Blake Casham. Pretty good future there. Let me look up how old Blake Casham is. I don't think he's too old because he was a Golden Gopher not too long ago. Yeah, 27 years old. So you signed a 27-year-old linebacker. You signed a 26-year-old edge. And Andrew Van Ginkel he's 28. So you signed a 28-year-old, 27-year-old, and a 26-year-old all on defense. Caleb is saying Minnesota. Bulls Nation saying Spencer Rattler as the next quarterback. Sean saying Justin Fields. Get the bag saying thoughts on Aaron Jones getting released. Interesting choice there by the Packers. You go Josh Jacobs instead of Aaron Jones. Interesting choice there by Green Bay. Thoughts on Eckler? I'm out on Eckler. He's a Cook product. He's very similar to where Dalvin Cook was this time last year. Just really would be no point. The only running back I'm bringing in is Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry's probably going to get around $15 million. So I don't know if the Vikings are going to do that. As Roger saying JJ to JJ, yeah, give me JJ to JJ. That is still my pipeline dream for the Minnesota Vikings. But we did have another $5 super chat rolling in from my man X is vibing, saying Derrick Henry, 2 years, $18 million. Drake May at 5, perfect offseason. I'll tell you what, X is vibing. If this is the scenario, if this is how it plays out, 2 for 18, Henry takes a $9 million deal, and we somehow trade up and get Drake May at 5 with all this young defensive talent we just signed today, Vikings will be a hell of a football team next season. Vikings will be a hell of a football team next season. Is Wide Glide saying, yikes, Vikings fans. Hey, new era. We're getting younger. We're getting more athletic. We're getting better on defense, which is definitely a need. With Brian Flores remaining the DC. Man, but everybody type Skull X in the chat. Show X is vibing some love, supporting the show, sending in a super chat here. And also full transparency, guys. It's a hectic day here at Chat Sports. A lot of channels want to go live, and we kind of got the blessing to go live. And if you guys want to keep us live here, we could be live the entire day, all the way up until we got to get out of here. Best way to do it, just being fully transparent, is sending in super chats. We can break down all of free agency, and we'll stay live all night long if that's what you guys want to do. But hey, it's a business here at Chat Sports. I would love to stay live with you guys, but I also got other responsibilities here. But if you guys send a message to my bosses, hey, we could get active tonight. So listen, send in a super chat. Best way to keep us live here. Lightsmith Media saying, where does Hunter go? Danielle Hunter, I'm still saying he's going to be a Washington Commander, maybe even a New York Giant, possibly. I don't know. I think he's going to be the NFC East, even maybe Dallas. I could see the Cowboys throwing a bag at him. Brandon Sipes saying Derrick Henry, 3 years, $27 million guaranteed. J.J. McCarthy in the draft is best scenario. If we guarantee 30 on 3, do it. Henry's proven durable, fast, and just a beast. I would be in on Derrick Henry, man. And plus the 1-2 punch of Derrick Henry and Ty Chandler, I think would be great for the Vikings. And if you do have a rookie quarterback, this is where the Vikings need to kind of make a decision here. Because if you bring in a rookie quarterback, you are going to need to have a good running game. And the Vikings haven't had that. We were 27th or 29th last season and 27th the year before under Kevin O'Connell. Go get Derrick Henry, go draft a rookie quarterback, and call it. And call it on free agency. And I think we'll be looking back on this and celebrating. Just being honest. As Roger Bong coming in with a $10 super chat. My man Roger, we appreciate it. So let me get this software updated right now. The Falcons are signing a 49ers tight end. Classic Falcons. Making moves, but Roger Bong coming in here. Everybody type Skull Roger down in the chat. He's keeping us live here on the channel. Best way to keep us live is sending in a super chat, and we'll stay live as long as you guys want. Showing the football he did win, and he says, I am here for you, Chat Sports Vikings family, and Pat S. Guys, Roger Bong's keeping us live here. Give me a Skull Roger down below. Shout out to Brandon Sipe. Shout out to I Am Coven Baldwin, showing Roger some love as well. Get the Skull Rogers going. Roger, thank you for tuning in, man. Roger, how do you feel? Let me know down in the chat, actually, or you can DM me on Twitter. How do you feel about this Kirk Cousins move? How do you feel about the moves today? Are you happy that they got, signed 3 pretty good defensive players here, all young, very athletic? As Paulo saying, how much cap space do the Vikings have left? Tough to tell right now. We'll have a better answer tomorrow. We'll have a better answer for you guys tomorrow. Harvey saying Skull Roger as well. Keith Turner. Keith, what up, baby? How you doing? Thank you so much for showing love over here on Vikings Now as well. Frostbite saying, let Hall play. TBH, we haven't seen enough of him. Yeah. I don't know about that, man. I'm probably out on Jaren Hall being the starter for next season. Rather go a different direction. Just going to be so interesting to see where the Vikings go, man. It's going to be so interesting to see. Shout out to Keith, though, in the chat. We're up to $52 in super chats. I said I'll do this. If we get to 100 on today's show, I'll shotgun a beer. Vikings fan number 1 in the chat as well. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Vikings. Kirk Cousins leaving Minnesota. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Keeps getting me back to this question, man. Who is going to be the quarterback next season? Harvey, anyone know what is happening with Dobbs? I haven't really heard much on the Josh Dobbs side of things. He is a free agent right now, so Vikings will, probably sit down with him to decide to bring him back. As Lisa's drinking some Jameson Irish whiskey. Guys, I might need a shotgun of beer to get me over this Kirk Cousins thing. I might need to do it. Get the bag saying Drake May. I hope so. Well, let me ask you guys this. Quarterbacks only. Or I guess you guys could throw in another name. Who do you guys want the Vikings to sign next? Has Brett zipped up, ready for a one-year deal? Not sure what you mean, Corey. Let's go. So tired of Kirk Cousins. Let's build this team up. We got 2-star wide receivers. Trade KJ, beef up the defense, and get another top wide receiver. Hey, I'll tell you what. Vikings are definitely beefing up that side of the football today, no doubt. If they keep any QB, I would sign Dobbs. I would say Dobbs. Yeah. I'm probably out on Dobbs. I think it was kind of a Jeremy Lin run he went on for the Vikings last season. I don't necessarily think. Yeah, I just don't necessarily think that would be the best choice for the Vikes. Let me just look something up here real quick, everybody. 1 second. Trying to find something with the Vikes. A $10 super chat rolling in from X is vibing. Shout out to X is vibing. Let's go. Get the skull X's down below. Vikings may be falling apart. We don't know what's going on with this franchise, but we have the Vikings Now family to keep us together. Shout out to X's vibing. Get the skull X's going down in the chat. How much do you think a top 3 draft pick will be this season, Harvey? It would take you your first and probably next year's first and maybe a second and a third. Even more, maybe. But get the skull X's going. Shout out to I Am Coven, Roger, and Harvey. Type in skull X. Let's see what he's got to say. Kirk Cousins has the same amount of playoff wins in his career as Case Keenum in the 1 year he was here. I think that's a great point, X. And, obviously Kirk is a way better quarterback than Case Keenum. But if you guys remember, why do we bring in Kirk Cousins? To get us over that hump that we thought we were at. The Vikings got all the way to the NFC Championship game with a loaded roster with Case Keenum. Where did they want to go next? Or they wanted to go to the Super Bowl next, so they brought in Kirk Cousins. Well, Kirk only won 1 playoff game. So, Hawk does gaming. Joe Flacco 1 year. Draft JJ and let him develop. Yeah, I hear you. All right, guys, so we are going to get into a cut here on the channel. We're going to break down the 2 signings of the defensive players of Blake Casham and Jonathan Grenard. We're going to break down those 2 signings of the Vikings signing Blake Casham and Jonathan Grenard here on the channel. Vikings fan, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. If you guys don't have, obviously, money to super chat, don't even worry about it. But hey, I just also want to say, first off, thank you guys. We have over 116 people watching right now. I really do appreciate it. Like, honestly, going live, I didn't expect I didn't really know how many people would be tuning in with us. And, obviously this is some negative news, but seriously, like, everybody in the chat, Keith Turner, Ursa Knight, Frostbite, like, all you guys, like, seriously, thank you so much for tuning in. We got a $40 Super chat coming in from WD. What's that? That's WD40, baby. Coming in with a $40 super chat. It feels like watch party season here on Vikings Now. Just give me a second. Let me get that up on screen for you. Wow. WD coming in. $40 super chat. Shout out to you saying, I want to get a custom jersey, real on the back, #1. WD, I would like that. Can I offer you a counter, WD? What about WD and then 40 on the back? We already have a custom Vikings jersey for my man, Adam Schmidt. We also sent Roger Bong a custom Danielle Hunter jersey. Man, Roger, I'm just kind of realizing that. Dang, Roger, I'm gonna try to do something for you because I just realized that Danielle Hunter jersey is kind of outdated now. Roger, I'm gonna get in contact with you after all free agency kind of calms down. We'll show you some love. But WD, thank you so much, my friend. A $40 super chat, keeping us live here on the channel. Shout out to you, man. That's what's up. That's freaking what's up, man. Show WD some love. WD also in the chat. What is your one-word reaction to Kirk Cousins heading to the Atlanta Falcons? Yeah, normally our rule is if you send in $500 in super chats on a show, you get a custom jersey. So, I mean, hey, WD, I don't know if that's something that interests you. If you send in a $400 super chat, I know that's a lot, but I mean, we would send that to you ASAP if that's really what you want. If you want a custom jersey that says real and #1 on the back, there's no doubt. We already got the Skull Adam going. Shout out to Adam Schmidt during the year. Hope that man's doing all right. Haven't seen him in a minute, but yeah. Sean Matter saying, or Wonnum. WD-40 would be sick too. I know. Roger, I want to so bad. You got to go yell at Fanatics. You got to go yell at Fanatics for that one. I was so furious when my boss texted me that and he said, hey, they won't let us put that on the back. I'm like, I get it, but also I don't. Like, it's the dude's freaking last name. That was a joke, Roger. That was a joke. But here is the news of the day. Blake Casham is signed with the Minnesota Vikings. And Andrew Van Ginkel signed with the Vikes as well. We should get Aaron Jones coming in from Mini Jets. I'm probably out on Aaron Jones unless it's for a good deal. It really just depends on the deal. How close to a boot? Roger, I'll make a deal. We are at $102 right now. We're at $102. Obviously, it's going to be tough for me to leave the studio. I'm the only one in here. If we get, what's a good price? You know, I'll cut a deal today. Screw it. If we get to $250, normally they're $500. If we get to $250, I will do a boot here on the channel. 3 beers in a boot, and we'll knock it down. What do you think the Vikings are going to do next? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. I'm guessing it's going to be signing a bridge quarterback. I would assume that's the next option. I think you made your 3 signings on defense of Casham, Grenard, and Andrew Van Ginkel, and now I think you turn the page to signing a bridge quarterback. Honestly, guys, this is a great day to be a Vikings fan. Obviously, what Kirk did for this team was special. I thought he was really good. You know, the city really bought into him, and, you know, nothing but love for Kirk Cousins. But, man, oh, man. Man, oh, man. I think it's good for Minnesota, though. I really do. I really do think it's good. We're going to get some Blake Casham stats for you guys here. I'm going to move these over in the studio. Some Blake Casham stats and also some Andrew Van Ginkel stats as well that we can use to help break down the 2 signings for Minnesota. Also, we'll break down Jonathan Grenard more in depth as well. Falcons Chat Sports. Shout out to We Stole Kirk. Let's go. Yeah, you guys did. You guys did steal Kirk Cousins. You guys, I think, become the best team in that division, no doubt. But I think the Vikings are clearly, they're moving in a different direction right now, and I'm cool with that. I'm 100% cool with the Vikings moving in a different direction. I think it was time. No doubt. No doubt. Cousins didn't honor thy name. No, he did not. Clearly Cousins. Also, all this nonsense about Kirk saying he values winning the most. I just don't believe it. You value money the most, and that's fine. Like, that's cool. Yeah, but also, I mean, my dad just texted me this. It's hard to walk away from that type of money if you're Kirk. Like, that's life-changing money for him. I get it. Like, it would be tough to turn down a 4-year, $180 million deal as your last contract in the NFL, but yeah. Can't believe that, man. Can't believe it. Kirk Cousins actually went to the Atlanta Falcons. Is Justin Fields next? Is Justin Fields next for Minnesota? We shall find out. We shall find out. Let's rock him. Sock him. Fight, fight, fight. Tell you what, Vikings game's going to be a whole lot more entertaining. And I will say this, guys. Anytime, this is the best time to subscribe to a channel. If you guys are new here and have not hit that subscribe button, I would really recommend doing so. If there's any time to, get involved here, it is right now because it's going to be hectic. We're going to get updates on the Vikings quarterback position here eventually, and it's going to be very interesting to see what direction does Minnesota go in. Do they go, get more of a, do they take a chance on a Trey Lance or as the Texans are signing Jeff Okudah to a 1-year deal, like do they go a guy like Trey Lance where it's like he's got upside like the Zach Wilson route, or do they go like the Tyrod Taylor route where it's like the more proven veteran like the Joe Flacco, or do they maybe go in a direction where it's somewhere in the middle where it's a guy like Gardner Minshew where you can win some games with Minshew, no doubt, especially with this defense loading up. I mean, the Vikings got a good defense now, like Jonathan Gennard, Casham, Van Ginkel. You're going to be able to get to the quarterback. Got to beef up that D-line, get a little better in the secondary. But, I mean, Ivan Pace, Casham, Gennard, Van Ginkel, Harrison Phillips. Like, the Vikings got some dudes, Byron Murphy, Caleb Evans. Like, they got some dudes now on defense where they should be a top 15-ish unit, I would say. This team civilized, saying, we want Justin Fields, go all in on Fields. Yeah, I mean, the thing is with Fields, man, it would be an all-in move. And also, I really don't think the Bears are going to give him in the division. I just can't see that happening. I just don't think Chicago would, could you imagine if, they trade Fields to the Vikings and then it's Justin Fields versus Caleb Williams week 1? I mean, that would be Sunday Night Football, no doubt. Maybe also the Vikings are looking around at the division a little bit and looking at their signings of these 3 young defensive players, and they're maybe saying, like, look at the division, Caleb Williams, Jared Goff in that offense, Jordan Love and the boys, in Green Bay. We got to get better on defense. We do not have a Super Chat menu today, Roger, but I said it. We're $150 away from a boot. That is my deal for you guys. Just had to hop on here, get live, and talk about it and break down this signing as quickly as I could. Because, man, oh, man. Man, oh, man. WD saying, anyone got a 50 so we can watch Patrick party? I'm saying, WD. I'm saying, if you guys want us to stay live here, send a Super Chat to keep us live. But I'm going to actually be breaking down the signing of Casham and Van Ginkel a little bit more in depth here in a second. So make sure you guys do stay tuned. We're going to be giving you guys my full thoughts as the Vikings have signed those 2 players. Alrighty. Sam Darnold to the Vikings rumors. Yes, we're going to touch on that in a video later today as well. Roger Bong coming in with a $10 Super Chat saying, come on, drink a beer with me, bro. I will. I actually didn't bring any beers into the studio, so I'm going to have to slack somebody. It's a hectic day here at Chat Sports. So I'm going to have to slack somebody to get me a beer in the stew, but I could definitely use one, Roger. Thank you so much. Thank you, Roger, as always. We really do appreciate it. As Bennett in the chat saying hi. What's up, Bennett? How you doing? Matthew Weaver saying happened before. If you draft QB, you got to bring in a vet bridge. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Alrighty, just give me 1 second here, everybody. Is you looking for something? Everybody give me a skull Roger down in the chat as well. Again, I apologize. I am self-producing this show right now. It is a... Oh! WD coming in with $100 super chat. WD dropping a bomb on us here. Free agency getting wild here on Vikings Now. Shout out to WD. Let's go. Everybody type the skull WDs down below in the chat. Shout out the WD, $100 super chat. Even Roger saying F yes, WD. Shout out to you. You know what? Even we are $35 away. I'm doing a boot. Let's go. WD. I just sent the message in there. We're sending it in. Shout out to you, WD. Let's go. We appreciate it, my friend. Appreciate the support as always. WD, you are closing in on getting a custom Vikings jersey for yourself. I could talk to everybody, but I think 300 away, you'll definitely get one. WD, again, really appreciate it. Don't need to do any more, man. You're really carrying the show. Shout out to you. As Arpin8 saying, know what, Seeps? Would you be surprised if the Vikings picked up someone like Gardner Minshew now that Kirk is a Falcon? I would actually be all in on the Gardner Minshew move. Arpin8, I think it would be a good option where it's like, the Vikings can still win games with Gardner. Like, he is a good quarterback. He kept the Colts in playoff contention and division contention all the way up until the last week of the year, and he could be a bridge guy as well. Honestly, if I had to rank my top quarterbacks to be the next, like the best replacement, I think, for Kirk, I think Gardner's up there for me because you can still win games with him as the quarterback, and also, like, it would be a hell of a bridge. Like, a guy could go and learn from him. I think we should get Michael Penix coming in from Glory Handles. I'm not the biggest Penix guy. So, here we go. We're getting breaking news here. More on the Kirk Cousins contract. Here we go. All right, is everybody ready? So, it's actually the max value of this deal is not 4 for $180. It is 4 for $188. Listen to this. 2 notes on the Kirk Cousins mega deal. The $90 million in 2024 and 25 is fully guaranteed at signing, and a $10 million injury guarantee in 2026 becomes fully guaranteed next March. So a real $100 million guarantee for Kirk Cousins. He can also hit a $2 million incentive for winning the Super Bowl. Max value is $188. Wow. It's a 2-year deal, not a mega deal. It's a 4-year deal. I think right there, that's a mega deal in my opinion. Wow. So it's max 4 for $188. Wow. That's incredible. Massive. WD, we got somebody dropping the boots in here in a second. Appreciate you tuning in, man. As always, thank you so much. Then we also did have Roger coming in before that with a $10 super chat. Said, come on, drink a beer with me, bro. I got a beer and a boot coming your guys' way. Hey, even though we are still 35 away, WD showing love like that, we got to show love back. And we'll have a little party here on Vikings Now here. And WD, by the way, I said Super Chat MVP. You're getting that. I think I have you on Twitter, WD. So, yeah. What if somebody sends in a $500 Super Chat? $500 Super Chat I'll send you a custom Vikings jersey, and we will be here for a very long time. WD, yeah, thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you showing love. Is that your cute little puppy as your profile pic? Oh! A $200 Super Chat coming in from Harvey Buxton, saying, I don't want any to miss out. Everybody get the Skull Harveys going in the chat. Skull HB coming in from Roger Bong. A $200 Super Chat. Harvey Buxton was a winner of some jersey raffles during the season, and he's making it rain here on Vikings Now. Yeah, thanks. And a happy dad. That's cool. Thank you. Harvey Buxton, a $200 Super Chat. Let's have a party, fellas. Let's have a party. Harvey, thank you so much, as now he is going to be shipped out. The Viking skull with all the real ones' names on it. I think Harvey, I don't have a marker in it. Yeah, Harvey right there. You are on it. I knew you were from the season. Harvey, shout out to you. Just got my Kirk jersey like 2 days ago. Harvey, I'm so sorry. I forgot you. That was the second jersey you won. And that's what you wanted, was a Kirk jersey. Oh my God, Harvey, I'm sick to my stomach right now. Harvey, I'm sick to my stomach right now. I forgot about that. Oh my God, dude. That makes me, that is brutal. Harvey, don't laugh. I'm actually sorry, man. That is insane. Well, okay, so it's number 8. Maybe if JJ McCarthy wears 8 or Drake May wears 8, you can just put Mayor McCarthy over it, man. Oh my God. That's insane. Harvey, thank you so much, though. We appreciate it. Really, really does go a long way here. We are planning on being live here on the channel on Wednesday as well. Yeah, or Bong. Roger. Yeah, or Bong. Roger, maybe that's what you got to do. When you get your Danielle Hunter jersey, since he is probably not going to come back, which, God, Roger Bong and Harvey Buxton, you guys kind of got fleeced there, man. Wow, that is insane. Harvey, thank you so much. And WD, we're up to $468 in Super Chats already. Really do appreciate you guys tuning in and having fun here with us on the channel, man. Shout out to y'all. Harvey Buxton coming in with a $200 Super Chat as we're just having fun, breaking it all down here. You know what? Let's talk some ball, too. I'll show you guys some stats for my man Blake Casham. Just signed with the Minnesota Vikings. Let me scroll to the bottom right here. So this is what Blake Casham did last season. Oh, no. Those are his coverage stats. Let me just get his regular stats here. Get you guys not Harvey Buxton. I almost called Harvey Buxton Blake Casham. Let me get you guys Blake Casham's stats here. Casham, hell of a football player, man. 106 tackles, 9 TFLs at that linebacker position, and 5 PBUs as the Green Bay Packers. We got breaking news in the NFL and specifically in the NFC North. The Packers are signing former Giants safety Xavier McKinney. The 24-year-old star safety will head to New York. Wow, Xavier McKinney gone, heading to New York. But the Vikings did sign Blake Casham as to be their new linebacker next to, obviously, Ivan Pace Jr. And then they also did bring in Andrew Van Ginkel. This is what Van Ginkel has done over his career here, over the last 4 seasons, in the NFL. I like this move a lot. I think Van Ginkel extremely versatile. Anytime, if you turn on a Dolphins game this year, this guy just popped off the screen. Awesome stuff though out of Van Ginkel. 69 tackles, 8 TFLs, 6 sacks, and 8 PBUs. Shout out to Allie Barefoot bringing in the beer boot for us. We'll get to that here. As Summer in the chat as well. What's up, Summer? Guys, this feels like game day again. Are we back? Is Vikings Now back? That is the question people are asking. That is the question people are asking. Arpin8 saying, hey, Seeps, do you have any idea how much cap the Vikings have after 2 moves? So I've tried to look it up. I'm getting a ton of different numbers. Like Spotrac had him at like 30 million still, which I just don't believe. Yeah, Xavier McKinney, the Giants safety, is heading to Green Bay. Xavier McKinney, the Giants safety, is heading to Green Bay. Here we go. We got contract details. 4-year, $68 million deal. So about 17 per. Got a happy dad right here. We got the boot as Roger Bong saying, we never left. Some of us left, Roger. Some of us left. No, but seriously, Roger, thank you so much for tuning in as always. WD as well. Harvey, I can't say thank you enough. Honestly, I feel like thank you is just, honestly, I mean, just not enough, man. Just not enough. So seriously, guys, like, I really do appreciate it. You guys are the reason I'm going to stay live for probably the next hour here, hanging out with you guys. So we appreciate it. It's Twisted Wizard in the chat. What up, Twisted? Saying we should sign Jamal Adams on an incentive-based deal. We blitz a lot. Vikings already got a ton of safeties, man. I mean, you even think about, like, we still got Lewis Seen there. I mean, you got Metellus, Bynum, Smith, Seen. You got 4 safeties who, Brian Flores is probably going to want to roll out all of them. So, man, but Harvey Buxton came in with a $200 super chat, and then WD saying Adams not here, so I got to step up. That's somebody taking it on the chest right there, WD. And Theo Jackson, great point. Execute in the chat. Man, shout out to WD, though. I need everybody right now, though. Type those Skull Harveys and type those Skull WDs down in the chat as we are going to beer boot here on the channel. Pouring the Happy Dad, the rest of it, the third one in here. Oh, my goodness. We're almost up at the top. So here we go. We're going to knock down this boot right now. Got to get ready. Seriously, though, guys, I appreciate it. Let's have some fun today. Let's have some fun. Like, it's free agency. It's supposed to be fun. You guys are making it fun for me, and that's why I appreciate you guys a whole lot. But get the skulls going down in the chat. This is ice cold. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I got to take a break, fellas. That is literally giving me the biggest brain freeze in the world. I think Allie Barefoot. Whew. I think Allie Barefoot got those straight out of the freezer. Hold on. Guys, I'm embarrassed right now. I'm in off-season form. I'm not in season anymore. Hold on. Here we go. I'm doing it for Roger. This is the coldest. Oh my God, that was brutal. That was brutal. Woo! It's TR saying the Vikings are going to be unwatchable for the foreseeable future. I don't know about that. As we also have more breaking news, the Giants are signing a running back. Whew. All right, we're good. Sorry about that, guys. That was a poor effort on my part. I'm in off-season form right now. I haven't really been doing too many boots. Smith retired. Harrison Smith? Did he? Did Harrison Smith retire? I don't think he did, man. I don't think he did. Devin Singletary to the Giants. Wow. Wow. That's big-time news there. That's big-time news. As Rocky saying, if Cousins only gets $100 million guaranteed, his career earnings will be $330. If he plays full contract, it'll be over $400 million. So Kirk Cousins is sitting on making almost $400 million in his entire career. That is insane. Trade Smith for a second-round pick. Summer, sadly, we won't be getting a second-round pick for Harrison Smith. Even though I would love for the Vikings to get a second-round pick for Harry, but that's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. They got to start, or they need to draft a quarterback. Arpin8 saying, imagine we steal Aaron Jones like we did Zadarius Smith. I don't hate that idea at all. With Daniels moving up to per Orlowski today on Get Up and McCarthy getting a lot of hype, what are our chances of getting Drake May? Jazz hurt. So, yeah, Drake May I feel like is the quarterback in this year's class that could fall. I don't know, though. I still think the Commanders are taking May at 2. Like, I think maybe Daniels could be a shocker that falls. I feel like nobody's really talking about that, but some are saying JJ or PMJ. Or I'm sure you meant MPJ. Give me JJ McCarthy. I'm big on JJ McCarthy. I think he's really going to work out in the NFL here. Roger Bong saying JJ the JJ. Roger, like, can you imagine that? Like, it's game days here on Vikings Now. I got my Jefferson jersey on, and we're just screaming out JJ to JJ. Like, that's awesome. Mac Jones for a 6th-round pick is wild. Yeah, I can't believe Mac Jones went for that little. I mean, that was a dude who was a first-round pick. He was a top 15 pick. That really sucks. We need Cousins. Yeah, Cousins no longer with Minnesota. They're getting younger. They're getting more athletic here. Julie Cousins. Yes, Julie Cousins is the real MVP of it all. I wonder how much impact of Kirk's wife's family being from Atlanta had on this move. But yeah, I just want to say cheers to everybody tuning in. I already have had over 1,200 people join us. $468 in Super Chats. Really do appreciate it. Harvey, great point. Let me actually check. Wow. So I should have known this. The Atlanta Falcons will be coming to Minnesota next season. We will get a Kirk Cousins homecoming in Minnesota next season. I guarantee you that game will be on primetime. That will be a primetime football game, and we will be juiced up here on the channel. I forgot about that. Kirk, oh my, God, that's on me. I said it like 5 times. Get the bag, you know more. That's on me. That is completely on me. I should have known that. Wow. Yeah, Harvey, let's play some smash mouth football. That's where the Vikings are going with these 2 signings right here. Let me go there and there. Right there. That's smash mouth football. We're getting better on defense. We're getting younger. We're getting more athletic. Is Roger. So did I. Roger, that's on me. Roger, you know more ball. So, Lee, I'm excited for next season. Listen, if you guys aren't positive coming out of all this, like, I just don't get it. Because, all right, let me throw this out there. I know I said I wanted to bring back Kirk Cousins. But let's look in the mirror real quick. Where the Vikings are right now, compared to everybody else in the division. Jordan Love looks like a franchise quarterback. Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions, I don't think they're going anywhere for the next couple of seasons. The Bears have gotten significantly better. With Montez Sweat, the trade last year, Kevin Byard, like Jalen Johnson's back, like they got a good defense, and they have the number 1 overall pick, and they will choose one of the best QB prospects we have seen since Andrew Luck. I actually think this is a great day for the Minnesota Vikings. I just want to clap it up to Kwesi Adofo-Mensah. I think this was a great day, no doubt, for Minnesota. I really do, guys. I really do. And this is why you guys need to stay tuned, because we are going to have a quarterback's replacement video, or QB replacement video coming up later on today. And then also we're going to be breaking down, obviously, these 2 signings. Great defensive day. So proud. Props to Kwesi and O'Connell. Yes, I actually think this is a great day for the Vikes. It stinks Kirk Cousins is gone, but he is Atlanta's problem now. That's all I got to say. If you guys are drinking at home with me, you guys got a beer in your hand, maybe you're taking a shot, I want you guys to hold it up. Hold it up and cheers it to the new era of Vikings football. We're heading in a different direction. We're getting younger. We are off Kirk Cousins' contract. Cheers to all of you guys. Cheers to all of you. Cheers to Harvey. Get the bag. Roger Bong. Summer. All of you guys. Cheers. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey, hey. Goodbye. Nah, I don't want to be disrespectful like that. Don't want to be too disrespectful to my man Kirk, but it was time. It was time to move on. We are heading in a different direction here, and I'm excited. Let's go. Goodbye, baby. We'll see you. Get the bag. We'll see you, Kirk. We're moving on here. We're moving on. So, guys, I unfortunately am getting word from my bosses. Or hold on. Let me see something real quick. Okay. So this is the plan here on the channel. So it's been a hectic day here at Chat Sports. We got a lot of stuff we need to get done. Yeah, hold on. Let me just look at something real quick. Don't want to stay live hanging out with you guys. Blake Casham, let's fucking go. I'm with you, Tycoon. I'm with you. LFG, baby. Casham was a great pickup. Casham was a great pickup. So we're going to break down actually, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we're going to wait and see on that. So we're just going to hang out with you guys for a little bit more right here. We're going to hang out for you guys for a little bit. As Roger Bong coming in with a $10 super chat. Shout out to Roger. Roger says, take a break and come back in a bit. Hey, Roger, I would just like to say thank you for giving me that option. But I got one thing to say. We're not leaving. We're not leaving. We're not effing leaving. Shout out to Wolf of Wall Street. If you guys know, you know. Roger, we're hanging out with you. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. As the Steelers have signed a punter. There you go. There you go. More news. All right, but at the bottom of the screen right here, we got some more news around the NFC North. Xavier McKinney is signing with the Green Bay Packers on a 4-year, $66 million deal. Some are saying also draft Corum Um, Blake Corum, hell of a college running back. One of my most favorite running backs to watch. I love the way he played, the intensity he gave, and just the overall leadership he had on that Michigan football team. But he's got a lot of miles on those. Legs, man. And I just think with a guy like that who's played 5 years in the league or 5 years of college, like, I just don't know how many years he would have. Like, how big is his shelf life? Like, I would probably be against Blake Corum drafting him. Give me Ty Chandler and go get frickin' Derrick Henry. That is my number one free agent target right now for the Vikings. I know it sounds like fantasy football. I know it kind of sounds like a choppy take, but I really do believe that. My number one free agent target for the Minnesota Vikings is Derrick Henry right now. No doubt about it. I'm going Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry and go draft a quarterback. Roger's saying we need Danielle Hunter. Roger, I hate to be the bearer of bad news for you, but I don't think we're getting Danielle Hunter. Sadly. Yeah, we'll do this. New deal out there. We're $22 away from 500. If we get to 500, I say we bring out the shop fund like it's in the season. That's the new deal. What's Mike Vick doing? They'll bring Mike Vick out of retirement, the lefty? I don't know about that, man. So what do you guys think? What are the top needs right now for the Vikings? I think you're good at edge. You do not need to go get any more edge rushers. You're good at linebacker. You're good at offensive tackle. You're good at wide receiver. You're good at safety. Obviously, quarterback. Besides quarterback, what right now is the biggest need for the Minnesota Vikings? Linebacker is cool. Edge rusher is good. I'm fine with our safeties. Actually, I love our safeties. Offensive tackle is fine. Tight end is fine. It's probably Roger's saying quarterback, cornerback, and running back. I think, yeah, defensive tackle. Defensive tackle needs to be addressed. No doubt. Yeah, Michael Watts had it. Yeah, interior D-line and O-line. I think that's where I would put it. Obviously, I'd like to go get a corner as well, but in terms of biggest needs, I think no doubt interior linemen on both sides of the football for the Vikings. Yeah, defensive tackle is a huge need still. Vikings honor saying another edge. I think they're good on getting another edge rusher. Yeah, I just don't know. I just don't think an edge makes too much sense. Hawkins saying Hockenson won't be back till mid-season. Yeah, it's true, but still got Johnny Munt and Josh Oliver. Yes, he has. Get the bag. Christian Wilkins went to the Raiders, actually. Crazy move there. All righty. Johnny and Josh are good in the meantime. Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree, Roger. I think Munt and Oliver will be able to maintain for a little bit, no doubt. All righty, guys. I am getting word from the bosses that we got to put on a 2-minute shot clock. So if we don't get any super chats in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to sign off, but I'm also going to be back with you guys making you videos here on the channel in just a little bit. We're going to be breaking down the Blake Casham signing and Andrew Van Ginkel a little bit more in depth. I'd like to stay, obviously with you guys longer, but 2-minute shot clock. If we don't get any more super chats, we got to sign off. If we don't, Harvey, WD, Harvey, I'm going to be sending you this in the mail. WD, if you don't have me on Twitter already, just give me a follow and get in contact with me. I always try to do something nice for you guys. Obviously, it's very hectic here right now at Chat Sports, but But hey, man, we're gonna be live. We're gonna be doing the dang thing all season long. Hit me up on Twitter right there. Hey, if somebody sends in a bomb right now, we could stay live for a very long time. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying if somebody sends in a super chat, we can stay live. As there's my man. I'll send my message to my bosses. We're not leaving. We're not leaving. We're not leaving. Shout out to Roger Bond coming in with a $10 super chat. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Roger Bong saying, you are going nowhere. Let's go. Shout out to Roger. Bro paid up, Harvey. Yes, he did. Shout out to Roger Bong keeping us live. $488 in super chat. Shout out to frickin' y'all, man. Hey, bro, let's draft our QB this year. We got the weapons to win now. I'm with you, Joshua. I'm with you. Get the Skull Rogers in the chat. Keeping us live. Guys, I'm looking out the door right now. Can you guys hear me? Yes or no in the chat. I don't want to talk too loud. Can you guys hear me? I think we're good. I think I'm getting levels. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, yeah, you guys can hear me. So, just full transparency here. I would love to stay live on this channel for the next 2 hours, if we're just being honest, as long as we want. But the bosses are out there saying that, you know, Vikings is a smaller channel here. You know, and I'm trying to keep my voice down, but hey, super chats keep coming. You guys stay active in the chat. I'll do what I can, and we'll stay live. Roger, do really appreciate it. Shout out to Roger. Everybody give a Skull Roger in the chat. As WD saying, how's Akers? Still recovering from that torn Achilles. So, you know, it's obviously going to be tough to see what happens. What up, what up? Oh, you need a boot? You got it. There you go. Yeah. Shout out to Allie Barefoot, the boot supplier of today's show. Doing great work. Doing great work. I thought that was the boss walking in. I thought that was the boss walking in. But let me ask you guys this. Let's get you guys involved and let's start talking some shop here. What is the next move you want the Vikings to make? Who do you guys want the Vikings to send next? Or maybe it's like Twisted Wizard saying Justin Fields for a second. Let me know what move you want the Vikings to make next. I'm going signing Derrick Henry. That's what I'm doing right now. He is going to go for a decent amount of coin. Probably going to be around $15 million a year, but Harvey Buxton saying get Tom Brady out of retirement. So I had this wild thought. Guys, stay with me for this one. I just did a boot, but this was a wild thought I had. It was, let's just say, let's play hypothetical here. Let's just say Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, they three-peat this season. They go get their third Super Bowl in a row. Mahomes gets his fourth. I think a lot of NFL media members would start calling him the GOAT right away. And what if that pisses off Tom Brady so much where he comes out of retirement, breaks his contract with Fox Sports, and says, hold on, watch this, and comes signs with the Minnesota Vikings? No, but in that thought I had originally, I was like, what if he comes back, signs with the Niners, and then, does that whole shebang? Sign Derrick Henry and sign Joe Flacco. I wouldn't hate that at all. I think Flacco would be a solid choice. Flacco would be a really, really solid choice for the Vikes. Roger saying never going to happen. Yeah, I know. It was just a thought I had. I'm like, what if, like, Brady, like, how competitive he is, like, Mahomes goes and gets another one? Like, I could definitely see it happening. Yeah, but another guy I want the Vikings to sign. I mean, bringing back Dalton Risner, I think, is another great choice. I don't really know what the Vikings are going to do at left guard. Like, I couldn't call who would be the starting left guard as of right now. Pay Danielle now that we got Gernard. Yeah, hey, I'll tell you what. If you go Van Ginkel, who Van Ginkel also, I believe, played with Flores, right? I think Andrew Van Ginkel. I think he may have played with him. Maybe he played with him back in New England. I don't know. Ursa Knight saying, I just hope JJ stays. Yeah, me too. That's also another big storyline the Vikings are going to need obviously sure up here. He will, but next year we have to pay him. Yes. All right, guys. Let me just look at something real quick. Try to look at the Vikings' updated cap space. Kirk is gone, man. I can't believe it. Wow. Did you see how Jones played against the old coach? Now imagine his old team, the Packers. Yeah, twisted. Hey, listen, Aaron Jones wouldn't be a bad option. Maybe he wants to stick it to Green Bay a little bit. He comes to Minnesota for a 1-year, $8 million deal. Sign me up for that. Sign me up for that. Geno Stone going to the Bengals now. More news there. Poor JJ. Yeah, WD. I definitely, or DW. That was WD. Yeah, I definitely feel bad for Jefferson right now. All right. Tre'Davious White's another good one. Will we get to hear the players' thoughts on Kirk leaving? That's a good question. I mean, I'm assuming at like the press conference and everything they have before the season, they will break that down. Like I'm really curious to see what, you know, obviously like what like Jefferson's gonna say, man. Like I'm really curious what Jefferson's gonna say. Sorry guys, I'm just looking at something real quick. Man, that is crazy. Crazy. But, guys, we are going to put the 2-minute shot clock back on. Just getting word from the bosses that we got to start signing up out of here. 2-minute shot clock is on. Really appreciate it. Almost have over 1,500 people join us. We will be doing more here on the channel this entire week. This is not the end of the live shows. We will be going live again on Wednesday. Yeah. Harvey saying Skull. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Vikings make moves. Blake Casham signed to a 3-year, $25.5 million deal. Harvey saying Skull in the chat. I really do appreciate you, man. $200 super chat. That was insane. And same with WD as well. Really thank you guys, you know, so very much. It was freaking awesome, man. Just loved hanging out with you guys all day today. For the last hour and a half, chopping it up, talking about the Vikes. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Roger, get in contact with you on Twitter. Hit me up. Give me your thoughts as well. You guys all have my Twitter. I'll put it again in the chat. If you guys ever, you know, want to hit me up and talk about anything around the Vikes, get your thoughts. Like, I love getting thoughts from you guys and then, you know, relaying it here on the show. So if you guys want to get involved, yeah, hit me up on Twitter. Harvey, thank you so much. I really do appreciate the kind words, my friend. But we are, I'll give you guys a little bit of a grace period here, but we are going to sign off. Thank you guys so much. FH Kaylee in the chat. Appreciate you guys tuning in. But we're going to sign off here on the channel. Thank you guys so much. Watch out for videos. I'm going to have a top replacements video coming here soon for the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, shout out to you guys, though. Appreciate everybody tuning in. See y'all next time. Skull Vikes.